Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I am your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. Before we get any further, there's a link at the bottom of the screen. Tenkars, there's tavern.games/DTRPG. Takes you to drive through. If you use the link, you put a few coins in the tavern's coffers. We appreciate it. By the way, horrible allergy season going on here in the Tenkar abode. Ugh, miserable. So, what do we have? Well, this is actually a request, multiple requests. I got PMs on this. I got comments on yesterday's YouTube video about this. Are you going to talk about the blacklisting of Alex Macris, Autarch, ACKS? So I figured, you know what? Alex has his own newsletter through Substack, or a Butter of Worlds, and I figured I'd read the email I got from the newsletter, and then we would take a look at the official announcements on the Reddit RPG group and the Reddit OSR group. I'm assuming you call them groups on Reddit. I don't really Reddit much. But here's from Alex. Of course, the success of Acts 2 attracted the attention of some of the more unattractive denizens of the /RPG and /OSR subreddits, who promptly began to defame and slander me with the usual half-truths. Half-truths are awesome, right? Because you don't actually have to say what's truthful, but you have just enough to make people look bad. So that's why half-truths are so commonly used. Falsehoods and slurs. When some of the ACKS community refused to allow the disparagement to go unrebutted, and I'll be honest with you, if I had even known about it, I probably would have put my 2 cents into it earlier. It led to a flame war, the likes of which has not been seen since the days of the Usenet. I don't know. I kind of avoided flame wars in the Usenet days too. Ultimately, the moderators decided it was best to simply ban discussion of both the game and the designer, citing brigading. So, to be clear, I reject the moderator's baseless contention that I organized brigading. I did not. Brigading is that you organize a brigade, right? Everybody go to /r/OSR and tell them what a bunch of fucks they are. Defend me. Okay. And by the way, somebody else, there was one person that was banned from these communities on Reddit prior. We'll get to that in a second. Relates to yesterday's video, surprisingly enough. So, anyone who has been in the ACKS community has seen me repeatedly tell people over and over that I'm not interested in other people defending my life choices or fighting flame wars on my behalf. And at some point, I will myself make a post rebutting each and every one of the lies about me. But at this point, I am too busy celebrating my unprecedented success to want to delve into such negativity. Adventure Conquer King System Imperial Imprint, or ACKS 2, is doing extremely well. Congrats to Alex. We had him on the show last week on the live stream on Wednesday night. He's a great guest. So, leaving aside the pretextual basis for the ban, however, I have little issue with the moderators over the substance of their decision. Okay. Having run a large game community for many years, there are sometimes topics that are too contentious that they preclude the possibility of mutual coexistence. I myself, in the communities that I run, we ban discussion of politics and real world social issues because you can't have civil discussions of such in communities that talk about elf games, not because the vast majority of people can't be civil. The vast majority can. It's the small handful. It's the ones that aren't civil in general society are even more uncivil when it comes to the internet. So, there is no choice in such circumstances but to ban that topic because otherwise the community will fracture. In such cases, moderators must gatekeep the topic. Hey, people talking about gatekeeping in the last couple of videos I've done. Not that I'm talking about gatekeeping, but there are times when, as Alex says, you've got to gatekeep. I know many ACKS fans are deeply disappointed by the moderator's decisions. I am reminded of Grand Moff Tarkin being asked to flee the Death Star moments before blowing up the rebel base. But let's not forget that Tarkin was, well, brewed up. If you want to talk about my games, just go elsewhere. The internet is a vast place. This is a very adult. I know we're all adults, right? Theoretically. But this is a very mature way of handling the situation. I give Alex a lot of props. There are several apolitical alternatives to both subreddits, plus venues. It's not, no, notice, Alex isn't telling you where these apolitical places are. Okay. There's plus venues such as Discord, yes, the RPG site, scum and villainy, Star Trek type of deal. It can be very great, good discussion. It can also devolve, but it's pretty freewheeling. And more. If there's interest, perhaps I could compile a list. There are communities for everybody in every topic, but not every community is or needs to be for everybody or every topic. Again, props to Alex for this. Gatekeeping is a necessary evil, and it doesn't change whether one is inside or outside any given gate. So, let's take a peek at what the RPG subreddit rules change. Blacklisted creators. In the past few months, we mods have been seeing a large upward trend in arguments, disrespectful comments, and personal attacks regarding the subject of creator Alexander Macris. So they're saying he's polarizing. Whenever he's brought up, people seem to come out of the woodwork to start something. Okay. This has been happening increasingly frequently and has become difficult to moderate, with several threads being locked due to these heated arguments. Furthermore, the mod team here has seen evidence of vote manipulation and collusion from the ACKS Discord channel to promote ACKS here beyond what is permitted by Reddit. I haven't seen calls for that on the ACKS Discord. I'm not there every day. I could have missed stuff. For some reason, all mentions of Alexander Macris, his creations, for these reasons, all mentions of Alexander Macris, or Macris, his creations, or his company will no longer be permitted on subreddit RPG. This includes Eventual Conqueror King System, ACKS, Ascendant Superhero RPG, and Autarch Studios. This decision was not made lightly, but is something the mod team has agreed is necessary to reflect this. We have established a new Rule 6, no blacklisted creators. This rule also replaces the old rule number 9, no ACKS. Told you there would be a crossover between today and yesterday's video into a single rule that is easy to expand in the future. Although hopefully that won't be necessary. No, that's a plan to expand it in the future. I'm not saying it might not be necessary to expand it in the future, but they're planning that there will be a need. This rule applies to both posts and comments and mentions of the individual, their creations, and products and companies significantly associated with them. Whenever the old Rule 6 was broken, it almost always involved Rule 7, no self-promotion. Again, I don't spend much time on Reddit. Occasionally, I'll get an email update on a thread, and I'll go, "Oh, it looks interesting," and I'll read it. But yeah, Reddit is not my place. So let's see about the Reddit OSR. Yeah, let's see. For those who have not seen it, /RPG has made a post creating a change to their rules. And this is again about blacklisted creators. Here in the OSR, we've had a similar, if not identical, experience relating to Alexander Macris and what can probably be most accurately described as a bad faith, brigade-driven marketing campaign. Now, that's not what r/RPG said, but that's what they're saying here. Now, again, I don't do Reddit much, so maybe that was happening. Slash OSR will be joining slash RPG and transitioning our no Zach S rule. I mean, we have a rule named after you. God bless you. Into a rule relating to blacklisted creators. To quote, Primarch the Mage, this includes Venture Conqueror King System, Ascendant, Autarch Studios. Our position is that all promotion and marketing on the subreddit should be for the good of the slash OSR community, and as a subreddit, we are opting out of these products and their community and or creator behavior and activities. So, now, as Alex himself says, sometimes you need gatekeeping. As Alex himself says, obviously he's being brought up. It isn't, don't take this to say that, oh, well, this was a brigading of advertising. No, this was, if you read into what slash RPG was saying, this was a brigading from two sides. And I think, my opinion, it was organic on both sides. When I say organic, I don't think that Alex or any one particular on the opposite side had any input or any rah rah rah. I think that we are in a very polarized society right now. In general, yes, the presidential elections are coming up a year. Today's election day, 2023, 2024 election day is going to decide who our next president is in the United States. And things are getting really, really, really stressful. Really, really, really polarized. And this is an example of the polarization that's going on. So, again, I give props to Alex for his mature response. I wish him continued success on his Kickstarter. Again, I've had him as a guest. Now, I heard flack for having Alex as a guest in the past. Yeah, and I've gotten praise for having Alex as a guest. Personally, I get along very well with Alex. I think he is an extremely talented creator, and we don't talk politics. But this, what you're looking at here, is the result of politics. It's not the result of ACKS has too many skills and strays too far away from basic expert. That's not the issue here. The issue here, and again, I gatekeep because I don't allow these discussions in the taverns communities, but the issue here is politics. What the issue is with Zach Smith is a totally different issue. It ain't politics. All right, folks. On that note, thank you for joining me on this wacky ride. And as always, be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. Tomorrow may be a very special talking crit. We may have the two hosts of Goddamn It Zach. I know it was a great live stream when you had it. So we can be like, where's Waldo? Where's Zach? Zach's different Zach. Zach Laser. Okay. And Skeeter Green are our likely guests tomorrow. Can't guarantee it. Can't guarantee it. But they likely should be. All right, folks. On that note, God bless. I will catch you later. Oh, like, subscribe, comment. You know the thing, right? Yeah. Laters.